Hi everyone, it's another video of me trying to learn how to use my quick commission. So I'm just starting off with, wondering what I'm supposed to do. So I think I checked templates first, but then I decided to go with just the text. So I'm just walking around the interface here and trying to see what I'm going to do next. But at the end of the day, I checked a really nice canvas and decided not to use it. So I went with using text and decided to just put in my term. I intend to use this as a topper, but we'll see how it goes. Haha, forgive me. Typing a new done can't be that fast. Anyway, so I've gotten the theme and there's a lot of adjustment I'm doing. I'm just trying to see what's going to work. So, and I think the first thing I did was to go to the text option and then typed in the phrase for my topper and then went ahead to look for a nice font. Just something that would make my topper look really, really nice. But I think I really, really love, cursives and, dramatic fonts, sha. And I've been scrolling down to see which one I'd prefer and finally had to go for I think finally had to go for this. I'm not sure I can see a name, but it's a decorative font anyway because decided on the kind of font that I like to use for my cake topper, and then I proceeded to just adjusting. To be honest, I won't tell you that I followed any procedure. I was just working with what I can see on my interface and working with what I like and how big I want my font size to be. But I think for this one, I used above 20 for the width of my topper. But let's just go through. one thing about the Cricut is the procedure for printing or cutting is quite self-explanatory. It's quite explanatory because you find that you're given like a step-by-step process. You want to print, and you've probably clicked on, there is an option on your interface that says make. When you're done at editing and all of that, it says make. And then it moves forward to tell you, place this on the mat. Do you want to place this on the mat or not? But more often, when you're using a cardstock, you tend to place it on the mat, but on the mat. But what I observe here is that by the time I was on the interface where I needed to print, you have an interface that shows you how your topper or anything you want to cut looks like on the mat. That means that if it's on the mat, you have your measurement in centimeter, you know how big your topper is going to be. But here I observed that it wasn't going to be big enough, so I just went back to make my adjustments, and then I decided to edit again, just looking for a way to increase the size of my topper, because if it was too small, the cake is quite big, it won't look nice on the cake. So I went back to adjust it again, and then I used a bigger width for my topper. I realized that I might not be able to use this as a full topper, but I still went ahead to, select my fonts, unite it. It's important that you unite it before. There's a unite option there, so it's important that you unite before printing. But the essence of uniting for this one, I'm not sure yet, but I know that when you're making a full topper where you have your words joined together, it's important that you unite it so you can have like a single topper instead of the letters falling out. But then again, there is so much more to that, because you have to ensure that your letters are linked together first and then uniting them before you get like a topper, like a full topper. But this one, I realized that it's possible I might not get a full topper because of the way the font is, and because I had not taken extra time to ensure that my letters were linked together. But we'll see how it goes, because at the end of the day, I think I was able to use it. But Well, I got some of the letters still joined together to make a word, and I still got some of the letters separated, but I just knew that I need to make use of this. It came up beautifully. The font is nice, and because I used black as well, it just looks different. So I still, went ahead to arrange it just to see how it'll look like if I was to use it on my cake. But you need to watch on so you see the surprise. And this is how I was able to use it. I feel like the combo of the top at the top and this one as well may be really nice.